Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Metroid Prime Randomizer Weekly Race on PC in 1997. I think we'll be joined by WXFan21 on comms, and we got a standard weeklies race today between Sunwoo Farmer on the left and Predators 749 on the right. Looks like they just started. We'll get them synced up here. They're pretty close, actually, from the get-go. And so let's see what we've got going on today. So being a standard race, they're both going to start at on Overworld. They need to collect 6 artifacts, and we've got Warp to start. A lot of the standard tricks are available, and as this usually starts, we're going to start with Space Jump first. Easy trick to get into Alcove. Well, can be easy, can also be challenging sometimes when the gunship doesn't cooperate. And I think we got WX Fan in here.
Hi, new game. Who this? What
Good to see you.
this? New game. What this? I didn't even realize we had weeklies still going on. I've been so busy with the map rando tournament. What's up, everybody? PC, how you doing?
Doing really well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Speaking of the map rando tournament, I got comms at 3 o'clock and, wanted to hop on in.
Yeah, definitely.
Here for a little bit. Appreciate you having me on. Good to be back. Quite frankly, for me, where it all started. Metroid Prime 1, 2023, the Randomizer tournament. Started in week 5 of the tournament on my first ever commentary for anything Metroid related or speedrunning related, so good to be here.
It was my first commentator role as well.
Nice.
Always, one of my favorite games of all time. Learned some of the tricks myself, not quite up to race level, but just love to see what the seed rolls and how the players adapt to a changing landscape.
Absolutely. So what do we have starting off here?
So it looks like
Standard settings?
we have standard settings. So we need 6 artifacts, landing site, start, warp to start, and a lot of the basic tricks enabled. And it looks like we had Ice Beam in Alcove.
Ice Beam and Alcove was an interesting start. We're working on cropping, guys, too, so everyone just please bear with us. We're working on cropping.
So that doesn't open up a whole lot from the get-go.
No, but Ice Beam definitely opens a lot up at the mid-game points.
It will, for sure.
Which makes things interesting. Ooh, E-Tank over on Grapple Ledge. That's a
and I think a missile half-pipe.
Missile half-pipe.
Not sure if it's launcher or an expansion, and I think it was also a missile underneath in landing site.
Yeah.
Predator's having a little trouble with this trick. It can really be tricky if the gunship isn't being cooperative. You have to be as far back on it as possible and really get thrown off to the right side with a scan dash, but it can definitely be tricky. So on the left side, we got Sunroof Farmer coming through the standard nursery loop. No missiles yet, so we can't check that wall or do the gallery tunnel peak. So it looks like we're just the Hive Mecha loop. And we're going to see what we've got on Hive Totem today.
Really not much else you can do. No missiles yet. So this should be missile launcher or boots.
Yeah, it would have to be
go ahead and Hive Totem skip and gets it. This should be launcher.
Yeah, vanilla launcher.
Oh, and supers.
Ooh.
That's going to open up tree.
Yeah, definitely. So this is kind of pointing you back to main plaza. And we can do a scan dash to get into the tree from the upper level, even though we don't have space jump.
Chat, let's get some hype going for Predators, please. Get this, again, it's not as easy as runners make it look to do this ship dash. Okay, and Sunwoo gonna backtrack here. First artifact found.
Ooh, artifact in gallery. And do need to be a little bit conscious of health. Usually we're fine in these early stages, but the poison water plus the war wasps with no E-tanks can be a little bit challenging. I've seen multiple racers just bulldoze through the scarabs and actually take a death. So just need to be mindful of that.
Got it. Don't be rude. Heard. I have fixed the audio. Alright. Vault Ledge is a suit.
Oh, it is.
Gravity. Looks like gravity. Didn't get a super good look at it. Can't get there without boots. No boots found quite yet. This could be a late boot seed. You never know.
It could be. Usually because Space Jump Boots just opens up so much. It's an early game item, but
this ship jump is where you would get your boots in Alcove to begin with, and that
what is that? Is that them? No, Sunry's turning around, so maybe it's a.
That is boots.
Why is Sunru turning around?
He doesn't have morph.
But you can jump over the half pipe.
If it was boots.
I think it might have been a missile because otherwise there's no reason to turn around. You can jump over the half pipe to get out if you need to.
It looked like boots, or it could have been flamethrower. It could have been.
Oh, it could very well have been flamethrower. Yeah, and then you can't get out.
Thermal. It looked like boots to me.
It wasn't glowing. It was like a static yellow. So with the missiles, Sunry's going to be heading back to do some of those early Talon checks. We've got Transport Tunnel B. Can technically check Root Cave. Well, not without boots. It's really difficult. And still missing our Morph Ball. I wonder if this is an Artifact Temple play.
Missile launcher, yeah. Missile launcher, logic-wise, does open up the Artifact Temple.
Might want to just get our hints really early, especially since we already found one artifact.
Listen, we've seen so many times that, Morph has been an Artifact Temple.
Yeah. This trick's still giving Predators some trouble.
It's not an easy trick.
I don't think they're far enough back.
They're also not getting enough of a just flick. One of the key tricks to Alcove is to get to Alcove early is flick. Just flick.
Yeah, you have to be moving to the left, to the right, and then boost or strafe and let go of L, let go of the lock on while you're strafing. And the game forgets to cap Samus's lateral movement, and so she just maintains the speed of that strafe all the way through until you hit an object. We're getting the right velocity, but we're not getting the placement on the rock back. So I think
you still have to kind of. This also has to do. Oh, the Predators gets it.
Nice.
Let's go. There you go. That's a little frustration. Nicely done.
And we'll get the Ice Beam as a result, and Sunwoo Farmer getting into Artifact Temple to be rewarded with... there we go. Got caught on the geometry a little bit. Rewarded with...
It sounds like...
Boots!
Boots!
There they are! And everything now makes sense. Alright, so we're going to get our hints here. There's only 5, because we already found one in Gallery. And we're going to have to... We'll see if they check them right away, or do some of those early checks first. Every player has a different method of whether they check their hints right away, or wait to route until they actually have more of the movement. Doesn't look like we'll be checking those right away, which is fine. There's I spoke too soon. Here we go. Or not.
Unmove, please. Here we go.
We're gonna get ready at your keyboards.
Short tunnel. Research Core, Life Grove, Training Chamber,
Training.
yikes, and Sun
Oh,
Chamber.
and Sun Chamber.
Oh, this is interesting. So 2 rooms that stink, and you gotta go to both. Well, Training Chamber most things, just because it's required Chozo Ghost fight, and you gotta do the more of the... So you need Boost and Spider Ball, logically, for Training Chamber.
So Short
Along with
Tunnel, Training
bombs, of
Chamber,
course.
Sun Chamber, Research Core, Ruined Gallery, and what was the last one?
I didn't see Ruined Gallery. Oh, because of the other item.
They already picked it up, yeah.
Yep.
It
And
looked like there were
the
some
other one
question
was
marks.
Short Tunnel. Short Tunnel.
Short Tunnel, Training Chamber, Sun Chamber, Research Core, Ruined Gallery, that's 5.
You said Training Chamber?
Yeah. Did you forget to scan one? Or did we just not see it?
Sunmoon and I don't know. I think we're missing one.
Well, I'll post those 5.
Short Tunnel,
in the-
Training Chamber, Sun Chamber, Research Core, Ruined Gallery. That's what you just posted. We're missing one.
Maybe either we didn't see it or Sunwoo Farmer only scanned 5. Oh, was it Sun Chamber
it might have been
twice?
Sun Chamber twice.
Oh, love
Wow.
to see it. Okay. Wow. Okay, so that
Any
means it's on
Plant
both
fans in
Flogra
chat?
and Ghosts.
Yo, what's up, Vanillable? Hello. Do-do-do.
So that means they'll either have to try early wild or make sure they
Do it,
have
do it.
everything. Careful there, Predators at 18 health. Okay, now we're good. So this is logically you're supposed to wait until you have X-ray visor so that you can see these floating platforms, but you don't need an X-ray visor. Alright, so Sunwoo is going to get this check here behind the vines, and then we'll see if they're interested in checking Arbor Chamber using the out of bounds. We don't have Morph Ball or bombs, so it's a bit easy to get stuck, so I don't blame them at all for skipping that. If you get stuck, you can get out with a Morph Ball bomb, but that can be it can be risky. Finds a E-Tank in Transport Tunnel B. So now we can be a little safer with our energy, and yes, a missile at the top of Root Cave, so we're up to 10.
Don't mind me, I accidentally spilled some water on my keyboard.
Oh, geez. Predator barreling through those scarabs is gonna find. We get another look at it. Is it plasma? It looked like it might have honestly been either flamethrower or plasma beam in Ruined Shrine, but of course we can't get it until we
Definitely
have.
wasn't plasma.
Okay,
was
I thought
not-
I saw the little
It
little
didn't have a
circular
red
glow.
hue to it.
Might have been flamethrower, so we'll see if Sunwoo is interested in validating this seed. If it was that. We're about to find out whether it's something critical, because whether Sunwoo hangs a left here or continues into mid Chozo.
You gotta love an early flamethrower.
Alright, E-Tank in the tree. Gets up to 2.
My keyboard is clean now.
And it doesn't look like Sunwoo is interested in going back to Shrine, so it may have been either flamethrower and we're not valid, or maybe just missile expansion. I couldn't get a good look at it. Nice slope jump to pick up a few extra missiles. And it looks like we're heading into mid-Chozo. Meanwhile, Predator is back in Talon. Oh, can't find missiles. They're depleted and can't get through root tunnel. So there we go. Picks up a few, and looks like
All right.
Predators is going to go check root cave before.
Keyboard is good, guys. Keyboard's good.
Nice. So won't be able to. Yeah, they'll be able to make it, but it's going to be a little slower, and there's not going to be a whole lot to do here other than pick up that E-tank. Would definitely have to go back to
Super tanks.
Artifact.
Do we know what was Vault Ledge? Which suit? Looks like Varia.
Yeah, I think it's Varia.
Yeah, it's Varia. There was an orange shoe to it. Varia. Confirmed.
Nice. Gets that jump there, so now Sunry's got Varia suit and is going to. Oh, wants this item up here. Ah, another E-tank. Oh, very close on the ledge there.
Yeah, that was really nice. Nice first try, grapple ledge.
And is heading back. Oh, heading back to back to Talon, obviously, because we don't have Morph Ball. I was thinking, why aren't they heading to Mid-Chozo? Well, there's a bit of a root issue there.
Yeah. I see what you did there. Yeah, this is most likely Magamore in... Why can't I think of the room?
Oh, Vanillable says it's Ice Spreader at Ruin Shrine. Yeah. I thought it had an orange glow to it, but I couldn't see. Well, a little helpful for Prime Exo, but otherwise, unless we have to go into Tower of Life or something, it probably won't be worth picking up. So we're gonna head into Magmore.
What's the room called with the Triclopses and the Morph Ball puzzle tunnel?
Triclops Pit?
No, the other one. My apologies. The one where you have to jump over fire, and there's a Morph Ball
with the four
tunnel,
flamethrowers
scaffolding.
and the X.
Where the scaffolding is. The scaffolding item in early Magmore.
Storage cavern?
Nope. It's right after Triclops Pit. That's
the scaffolding. Twin Fires, right?
What is it?
Twin Fires?
Might be that.
No, the Twin Fires
Some
or
of the
Fiery
rooms
Shores.
sound similar.
Fiery Shores or Twin Fires, yeah.
I thought it was Fiery Shores.
I think you're right, because there's two items there. There's one that's hidden, and then there's... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Predator gets the Space Jump Boots. So we'll make sure they scan 6 things here.
Let's get some housekeeping out of the way with. Yeah, this room, Fiery Shores.
E-Tank.
This is the room I was referring to.
Okay.
Where's Morph? Oh, is it? Oh, that would... No, it can't be there.
Oh, it was Life Grove was the other one that we missed. Okay, so it's not Double Sun Chamber, which means it's either going to be Flagra or Ghosts. And then Life Grove means we're going to need Boost Ball. We don't know if it's the main item or the underwater item. It might be vanilla. Well, probably French vanilla in all likelihood, but... Climbing Monitor Station. Now, we're not going to be able to check the Transport Access item, but I think this is a play for early Fendrana. Ow. A little bit of an explosion there. Checking Warrior Shrine first.
Yep.
Now, the game expects you to have Morph Ball for this, so it can't be here.
I'm impressed with Sunwell. Obviously, I'm good friends with him, and he's been practicing. That was a flawless boost across. There's Morph!
Is it Morph?
That's Morph.
Wow, okay. Never mind, I stand corrected. I guess the logic understands that that's a beginner trick. Okay. And we've got our morph ball.
We've also got boots. So, nicely done.
So now that kind of opens things up, and Sunwoo's got to decide where they want to go from here. Into Phendrana, or back to Chozo, or continue working on Magmor. Ow, getting bullied by those turrets. And we know this is an artifact in Short Tunnel. That's inaccessible until we have power bombs. So it looks like they're going to press through Magmor.
Might as well. Backtracking.
Yeah.
Maybe go clean up.
Well, that's one way to get rid of a Magmor.
Mm-hmm. No Fen, no bombs. Gotta go back to Chozo.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Okay, so it's going to be somewhere in mid-Chozo.
Alright, chat, let's get some housekeeping out of the way with. Exclamation point R in chat to follow the racers, exclamation point C to follow the commentary team. I'm WXFan21 alongside PC. Over here on commentary. We appreciate all of you hanging out watching this today. It's Sunwoo Farmer versus Predators. Over in this Metroid Prime 1 Randomizer Weekly. Standard settings. I'm here with you until about 2:50 p.m. Eastern, so for the next 20 minutes if you listen to this live right now. I'll then be heading back on over to Super Metroid Map Rando, as I did sign up for some comms over there today, but I'm like, you know what? I see a restream over here. Let me give this a try. I'm not giving it a try, but go hang out with PC, do some co-comms. Been a while since I've done any Metroid Prime commentary, so... Alright, so Sunwoo's going to make his way back over to Chozo. And this is going to be a different Chozo elevator. Wait, is this Chozo or Talon?
This is Talon. So we're going to have to go back through our main elevator.
I know where he's going. He's going to go to Overgrown Cavern. Maybe.
You do Frigate Climb, you mean?
Yeah, you could go Frigate Climb.
Yeah, we could get...
a good one.
That would be back... We could go backwards, far Chozo into mid, or can just take the main plaza elevator and... now, there's also 2 items in Ruined Shrine we didn't see. We only had the ability to get one of them without bombs, but sometimes, you know, the one check that you don't think about holds the one item that you need to bust the seed wide open, so gotta keep that in mind. I've seen Ruined Gallery left behind so many times, and it turns out to be Phazon suit or something like that.
That's sweet. So yes, it's been a while since I've done Prime commentary, so yes, that wasn't Frigate Crash Site. I think this is just an easy way for somebody to get back to Chozo.
Well, picking up the landing site item first, and then they might be going to Frigate. You never know, because we do have Ice Beam, so we could get Overgrown, and then we could see what Antechamber is. Can't get locked in there.
I honestly have no idea if Sunwoo knows Crash Site Climb or not.
Yeah, that one's. I think it's intermediate. There's several ways to do it, but each one is temperamental in its own way. Looks like they're going for it. Didn't pick up the item under the ship, but like I said, I think that was an E-tank, and at 3 E-tanks, he's probably feeling pretty safe right now.
Yeah. Right,
I think 3 to 4 E-tanks and
site item.
45
missile under the ship.
50 missiles is usually where the racers stop picking up expansions. Unless they're like in your way. Alright, scan dash method to see what we've got here. Or a slope jump method. Very well done.
Nice one. Valid seed!
And the seed is validated. Love to see it.
Valid seed.
Oh, thank you, Vanilla. It was a missile under the ship, not an E-tank. Yeah, there's so many of those that it's not worth taking the few seconds to pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. Well, there's Flamethrower and Sunwoo. Looks like we're gonna be trying Frigate Klein. So
Sunwoo's going for it. I know Sunwoo has practiced this off and on, so at least all of his Metroid Prime stuff. He's setting up for it. This is the standard Frigate crash site climb.
And Predators is going to come across their Morph Ball here pretty soon. Just got to do the scan dash here. Nice. Well done.
Thank you. Morph Ball for Predators. Sunwoo is still trying to get this set up at the top of the rock here. Having a little tough time finding the standable.
Yeah, the geometry of this one's really... I don't typically use this method when I'm going for it. I like to use the backup, but there we go, gets it.
Nice.
So now we just got to jump into this crevice here, and we're up.
It's the first try. Alright, Overgrown Cavern's gonna be what?
Missile.
Missiles. But this also gets you to Far Chozo. Excuse me.
Yes. So we've got
Chozo,
Hall of the
Far
Elders,
right.
Antechamber, and Crossway.
Yep. And again, you can get all the other Chozo checks from there, which we know there are multiple artifacts in. Oh,
right, but no, well, they won't be able to keep going into mid-Chozo.
That just unlocked a lot of stuff for Predators and just got back in this race. Wave Beam in Triclops Pit.
Oh, we've got a race now.
Wave Beam in Triclops Pit.
Grappling hook in Storage Cavern. Oh, this was the bomb. Oh, this was the bomb that I forgot about this one. I thought it was the other elevator. That's my bad. Yeah, without boost and without Morph Ball bombs, we actually can't continue into Far Chozo. I missed that.
That's factually correct.
I can never remember which elevator takes us where.
Yep. I really hope this forces Sunwoo back into Magmore. And he's going to revert back to the ship.
Yeah, faster, and the only thing that was there... Oh, so we just invalidated the seed. Not going back for Flamethrower. So if they go back... If Sunwoo goes back through the Root Cave elevator into Magmore, then they can catch up pretty quick. But technically, from an item standpoint, Predators is in the lead right now. Wow, that really changed things on a dime.
I really hope Sunwoo is going to go and get that Wave Beam. Because at Metroid Prime 1, Wave Beam is so crucial to the early mid-game. It locks a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it really does. Vanilla Tower of Light bombs would be fun. That would be wild, because they have Morph Ball and can do the jump. Yeah, it by all means could be Tower of Light bombs, or Tower Chamber is opened by Wave Beam as well, so could be either of those. That would be really interesting. Yeah, Predators got off to a bit of a slow start. I had some trouble with the alcove climb, so it's about 6 or 7 minutes behind Sunwoo Farmer at the very start. But they diverged when Sunwoo decided to go check Overgrown Cavern and Frigate Crash Site, whereas Predators stayed in Magmore, went to Triclops Pit, and happened to cross their Wave Beam, which technically puts them in the lead. A really big find for them. So now Sunwoo is going back to Shrine. That is Ice Spreader. Yeah. back to Shrine to check this upper cavern, probably hoping for wave or bombs. Unfortunately, is not going to find it.
If Sunwoo finds bombs, I mean...
Now, Mid Chozo is open now that we have Morph Ball. So we've got Gathering Hall, we can check, we can't get. Watery Hall access we can get. Watery Hall itself we can get. The Underwater Watery Hall we can get. So there's still several other places to check before coming back to Tower of Light. But based on where we see it, where we see bombs, that's kind of going to determine who's truly in the lead. Because now Predators is going to go check Frigate Crash Site and Overgrown Cavern, but like Vanillable pointed out, won't be able to continue into Far Chozo because it's the elevator that requires a bomb.
Man, this is getting spicy.
I think it's a beginner trick, Vanillable, to get up. You can jump from the root. I'm not super versed on which tricks are beginner, intermediate, but it's one that I can do, so it's definitely not intermediate or advanced. And Sunwoo heading to Watery Hall. So this is 3 easy checks right here. We've got the health. Okay, E-Tank. The game's saying, it's okay, you can dive into the poisonous water in Watery Hall. Here's an extra energy tank. And Predator's going into... I thought they were just going to check Overgrown Cavern. They're going in. We have Wave Beam. We don't have Thermal Visor. How difficult is it to get through without the gravity suit? Oh my gosh, these turrets.
That's another missile. Someone realizing he still doesn't have bombs.
Yeah, we're going to dive into the water here real quick to just check what this is. We can get this with a slope jump, although your health will be drained.
Not wasting any time with it, yeah.
Just a missile. All right, well, that takes Watery Hall out of the equation.
Why is Predators in Frigate?
That was what I was asking. We don't have Gravity Suit, and this can be really challenging to navigate. Vanillable saying you can check Freight Lift for free if you know where the thermal slots are. So we can't see the thermal visor like conduits, but we have the wave beam to energize them, and the game doesn't, it doesn't only appear under thermal. So Predator's making a really interesting play here for Freight Lift. If that is bombs, that is wild.
Did he? Did Predators
well done
find
navigating
gravity?
this. Well, if it's nothing, we can easily teleport out of here, warp to start with that elevator, that that safe station right behind you.
Right, and it's
it's boost. What a reward!
The luck on this guy.
Wow. Okay, so Predators is like, well, dang it. Now I actually have to get out of here without warping because I just found my boost ball. So the boost is critical in this game, not just for fast movement, but for this seed specifically. We have an artifact in Life Grove.
Yeah, and Training Chamber.
And Training Chamber. Training Chamber, I'm not sure if either of these players are familiar with the out of bounds in Training Chamber. You can get there backwards from Main Plaza, but it's a weird out of bounds. So it's technically possible to not need the boost ball, but you'd have to do out of bounds Main Plaza to Training Chamber, and you would have to get the bomb jump in the half pipe of Life Grove.
Not
so
worth it.
No, both of these players are going to be looking for
in
boost.
Standard settings. Now, Predators isn't technically in the lead because Sunwoo has got way more map knowledge.
That's true.
And way more item knowledge. But Predators is going to be able to fly But now he has a very rough task of
Getting out with that
elevator.
Yeah. Yes,
No
Sunwoo
grav.
did save in
save.
Gathering Hall before coming to Zoid.
This is factually correct.
So if this is not vanilla bombs, we know it's not boost, but if it's not bombs, they're gonna be resetting and losing a couple minutes on this.
PC, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave, and I want to see
I
how
can
this
understand that. This just got a lot more interesting in the last 5 minutes. Oh boy! So they're both just making very interesting plays here.
for the map random tournament. I can't excuse myself and be late. I kid. No, that's gonna be a fun one. It's Oats and Goats versus Super Sponge. It's gonna be a blast.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's a lineup.
Top 8 matchup. Both racers are guaranteed top 8 in the gold bracket, and just it's gonna be an absolute blast. All right, is this bombs?
Oh, Spider!
It's Spider!
Oh no! So they have to come back for it, but they can't get out.
Oh,
They're like, so where is it? So where is it?
What is this seed?
It can't be Vault. It can't be Gallery Tunnel. It can't be Sun Chamber. Sunwoo is just checking where have I not looked in Chozo. It's not in Chozo.
Twin Fires.
Twin Fires.
Predators
could
went
be.
and got wave and left. No one has checked Twin Fires.
So it could be Twin Fires. I don't think it expects you to get all the way to Magmore Workstation without the Spider Ball, because that can be a very tricky scan dash. So if it's not Twin Fires, it could be early Fendrana still.
You don't have bombs. You can't get to early Fen.
Oh, from the Magmore side. Yep, you're right.
This is getting really spicy.
Yeah, I'm running out of places for this to be.
Maybe chat has the bombs.
Chat, if you have the bombs, please give them back.
Come on, chat.
Predator's looking at Biohazard, but...
Vanillable says they ate them.
Yeah.
No.
Could it be Biohazard? We have supers.
I don't think it technically could be Biohazard, because I don't think the seed logically... You can't logically get up cargo freight lift in begin logic.
Without gravity.
Without grav.
Okay.
And you don't have bombs to go in from the back, which also I don't think is in logic.
I mean, Predators is looking like, do I want to do this? You can get through it. It's possible. It's just not beginner logic. And we have boost, so we would be able to boost down Hat. But both runners are a little stumped here, and I don't blame them at all.
Both racers are just... They're overlooking Twin Fires.
I think you're right. I'm racking my brain for where else it could be.
Tree?
None of them checked Tree and Chozo Main Plaza. Yes, Sunwoo checked it. It was a E-Tank.
No. What about Tower of Light?
Tower of Light is the only other place it could be. It's either Tower of Light or Twin Fires or Tower Chamber. Wow. Oh boy. Okay, so Sunwoo just, deciding...
They're seriously thinking about it.
Sunwoo deciding, okay, here's what I'm going to do, and we're going to find out. Predators might be looking up how to get out on another screen, like trying to learn the trick in real time, because those boost ball, you do not want to leave that behind. That was such a out-of-the-way check, and it was so rewarding that I think they're looking up, okay, how do I do this? I'm going to learn this trick right now if I have to.
I thought you could get out with just
Missile and Vault. We knew that couldn't be bombs.
What do you call it? You can get out with just getting cargo freight lift item. You can back out. It's bad, but you can back out.
Yeah, getting all the way up to reactor core, all the way up reactor core is challenging, but it's definitely possible. Oh, wait. Sunwoo's checking pillar in Lava Lake.
That's what I'm talking about.
He said Twin Fires.
This is what I mean!
Oh, okay. Isn't there also an item in Twin Fires?
Magmore.
Isn't there
Lava Lake
also
or
an item in
Twin
Twin
Fires?
Fires? Okay.
Twin Fires, Lava Lake, whatever the pillar item is what I mean. That
I think
gimmick.
there's also an item in Twin Fires, so I was picturing that.
There's one room that has no items, and there's one room that has the pillar items. The pillar item.
Because the game gave us Varia so early. This is actually, yeah. I think this is probably bombs.
This has to be.
I'm not a gambling man, so I'm not gonna bet on it, but
we're running out of options.
Gravity.
It's gravity. That's it. Okay.
Well, okay, so I'm really glad I didn't bet,
Biohazard.
first of all. This is why I'm not a gambling man. But second of all, gravity?
What is happening?
So it is in Biohazard.
It's Biohazard. Oh, this seat is brutal.
Well, it could... No, it can't be Hat. It could be Hat if it's at the top. Right? Because you don't need bombs to get to the first jump. Maybe you do need bombs to get to the first jump. Yeah, I think it has to be Biohazard. So Predators has a huge lead. They're literally one room away. But Sunwoo has the gravity suit, and the only thing that really opens for them is not freight, is
Sunwoo go. Oh, Sunwoo's still hot dogging his wave beam.
Oh no!
Oh right, he hasn't had bombs to get through. Oh, this is bad. This is so very bad.
Oh, this is... I forgot about that. You're right, they turned around. Sunwoo doesn't have wave beam, so can't get through. They have to try to do...
No bombs.
They can't get in the back. They can't get in the back of it.
Oh my gosh. Now he has to drop Root Cave and go all the way through backwards early Magmore. Oh,
I think Sunwoo realized it too.
That's exactly where he's going.
They're like, oh,
exactly
crap, why did I just leave Magmore? Now I have to go back. Predators, meanwhile, trying to get this standable.
He didn't have bombs to get through Twin Fires. Or Lava Lake, whatever that room is called.
He's going to have to do it backwards, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this seat is brutal.
I don't think it requires thermal to get... I don't think any of the checks in the frigate require thermal. The game expects you to have it, but if you've memorized where the wave beam panels are...
I'm curious what the logic thinks. This is... It's like Predators found the right weapons and like Sunwoo finds the one item to get through the rest of it fast. Oh, this is interesting.
If Predators can get out, they'll have to go get their... They're going to be angry, first of all, when they find that gravity suit in Lava Lake. But that's the only item separating them right now.
Yeah.
Except for Wave Beam and Grapple are on Predator's side.
He's staring at it.
And Gravity Suit.
At it.
Yeah,
yep,
it's right there. And I'm trying to imagine, if you're under this time pressure, you're thinking, is it really worth trying to learn this trick right now? Or should I just back out? Should I leave? Should I warp and know that Boost Ball is here but come back for it later? There's just... you're almost in that indecision paralysis of what's the best way to do this. I don't blame them for being, unwilling to leave at all.
No.
What a seed.
This is so bad. Just bad.
For a standard weekly, this is ugly.
Yeah, it is.
Who rolled this seed?
I don't know.
I think Interslice offered to, but I think it was Bomb Sam Jump.
Oh, it's Sam Seed? Okay.
I think it's Sam. Yeah. Interslice is like, I can do it if we have enough. We almost didn't have this weekly because there weren't enough players. But then Sam gen the seed, and Predators joined, so we had enough people to do it. Yeah, checks out from Sam.
I mean, I honestly have no idea if that's true or not, but I know I've been known to roll some pretty spicy seeds, but this is horrible. This is so bad. Let's see if someone gets angry. Nope, he's just like, okay, I got it.
He's like, well, I want that.
Vanilla was like, yes, don't let me gen a seed. I have been known to generate some spicy seeds.
I think Sunwoo's too happy to see Wave Beam to be angry.
Yeah, he's looking for the invisible platform.
Yeah, and these do sink while you're standing on them, so you got to be quick.
Alright.
Oh, Predators is so close. One more jump. But that water really bogs you down.
And there it is. Sunwoo has Wave Beam. PC, was an absolute pleasure as always doing commentary with you. Sorry, folks, but I gotta drop. I gotta go to my other commentary gig. PC, thanks for letting me hop in and do co-coms with you, and good luck. Have
Absolutely.
fun with
This I'm glad I could share this experience with someone.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have this on and the other game, but my goodness, what a finish of this game is it gonna be. Alright, good luck, have fun.
Alright, awesome,
Bye,
thank you. We'll see you later. Wow. Oh boy. Okay, so Sunwoo just got their grapple beam. So the only item separating them is that Sunwoo has gravity suit, and Predators has boost ball, and it looks like they're giving up on trying to get a freight lift. So Predators took some time there trying to figure that out. That last slope jump, yeah, you're right, Vinoble. That last slope jump is really rough. I mean, movement without is just really, really challenging. Movement without the gravity suit underwater. So it looks like Predators is warping back to landing site and is going to come back here with their gravity suit. Now the gravity suit is Spiderball and Zoid. Gravity is on Pillar and Lava Lake. So if they can get there quickly, get to Lava Lake. Oh, I think Predators might be thinking it's Overgrown Cavern. I mean, they're running out of places for it to be. It's got to be Biohazard. I can't think of anywhere else. I'm running through the rooms in my mind. It's not there. It can't be. It could technically, well, no, the logic wouldn't let it be an Arbor Chamber. That's the only other option it could be in, but the logic for that is definitely not standard logic. And it's really risky to go for it. I mean, it's not super risky. You're right next to landing site, but it's challenging to go for it, to go out of bounds without the morph ball to save you from getting stuck in the geometry. Sunwoo continuing. Wow, that was a very impressive slope jump. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm impressed. Sunwoo did a really good job getting through that Twin Fires access without Spider Ball or bombs. You can double bomb jump in the lava is the easiest way, but you need a good amount of energy to while you're timing that. So Sunwoo's gonna go check Magmore Workstation. It could be here. Well, see, again, I'm not as familiar with the logic. Whether the game expects you to get to Magmore Workstation. Rune Shrine to Tower of Light is beginner with space jump. Okay, so it could be Tower of Light as well. There's 3 checks. Predators going for the same method of Frigate Climb as Sunwoo did. These pirates are definitely can be bullies, especially with only one E-tank, and they love to just fire missiles and then... Okay, good. Sunwoo knocks those guys out, and you can't see it. It's a power bomb expansion. Interesting. Okay. We don't need bombs. We don't need bombs to get in there. So it looks like Sunwoo wants to go and get this power bomb expansion early. You have to do the three things. PBs before bombs. Yeah, that would give it's an expansion, so it only gives them one, and the game is going to likely be very difficult to work with regarding ammo drops. But Sunwoo wants to get these power bombs, which would open up... Let's see, what would that open? Power bombs... I mean, only having one doesn't really open a whole lot. I mean, you can get through the... If the boxes are cooperative, you could get through Lava Lake without having to circle all the way around Chozo. And there's a couple of Bendesium checks. I think just wants to have the safety of a bomb. No, but I don't like Sunwoo breaking logic here. You're right, it's going to delay their bombs. I don't know. It really depends on what sort of checks they're gonna be able to get with this. But definitely going to be delaying bombs for a bit. They could actually dive into phase-on mines because they have the power bombs. They could get through the other elevator, but again, you're right, that's really breaking logic. I mean, that's breaking logic in half. Let's see. Andrew's just looking for the fastest checks. Okay, so Predator's going for Tower of Light. Neither of them think it's Biohazard. Predators isn't gonna find the gravity suit then because it's gonna be back in Magmore. So gonna check this first and then pick up the missile. And then it looks like they're gonna go for Tower of Light. This is gonna be really telling. Nice, well done. That can be a challenging jump as well. And Sunwoo diving into Phendrana. So we found another way to access Phendrana, but this is all out of logic. The game doesn't expect you to be able to be here. We're gonna check... Yeah, we're gonna check the tower chamber first. Meanwhile, Sunwoo checking Qmon. Well done, underwater slope jump. And a missile in Qmon. Another E-tank for Predator, so they're tied up on energy. And Predator's checking... Yeah, now this is tough, especially without a lot of missiles. The vanilla way to do this is to use the space jump and shoot these 4 blocks with missiles. Oh, we're peeking it. That's a good idea. I like this. I like this play. Because this way, the cutscene will show you what's there, so you can turn around without having to actually do this if you don't want it. So the cutscene showed us it was missiles in Tower of Light. So Predators doesn't have to go all the way up. So without enough missiles to go all the way up, you have to do some really precise scan dashes and walk on essentially the boundary of the room. So it's not Tower of Light, and it's not Tower Chamber. I think it has to be Biohazard. So then Predators needs to go back to Magmore. Go to early Magmore. Not back, they haven't been there. Go to early Magmore for their gravity suit. And then back into the frigate. Wait a minute. I thought Predators warped to start without saving. No, they saved first so they could keep their boost ball. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, with Varia and Grapple Beam, Sunwoo could actually check what's behind this wall with that Power Bomb expansion. Predators is going to check TCA. Oh, I didn't even think about TCA. Is bombs here? X-ray. Oh, interesting. Okay, so X-ray, you can actually see what's in Magma Pool now, and that's probably what Predators is going to do. X-ray visor. Really interesting. Okay. So you could check what's in Magma Pool. Again, it's not going to be anything super critical. You can't get through Training Chamber traditionally. You can't get through it the way it's intended without bombs. You need bombs and you need Spider, actually. I think you need boost bombs and Spider. It's a big morph ball puzzle with some ghosts. Okay, missile in Magma Pool, so nothing super important there. That X-ray is helpful, though. Wow. Okay. Now, Predators has to check all of this stuff in early or mid-chozo. Watery Hall, Gathering Hall, all that stuff. On Zoid, they're Find Spider Ball, and they have the Boost Ball, so you can actually get out of the Burn Dome with only the Boost Ball, but it's a very challenging trick to do. I think Predators, if they don't know that trick, you know, I'm not one of the players, but if I was playing this, I would probably try to learn that trick in the moment to not have to come back and do Zoid again, especially because Spider Ball is super helpful. Spider Ball's basically required in this seed because of Training Chamber. It would also make traversing Magmor super easy. Sunwoo cannot check Phendrana's or the security cavern item. Although we have a power bomb, we don't have plasma beam. But it's going to check Phendrana's edge here. Just shattering the logic. Could also check Watery Hall or Dynamo. Whoa! Oh, takes a fall. Oh, but lands on it. That glider can be tricky. Yeah, we could technically check Dynamo because we have a power bomb, but again, way out of logic. So I don't think Predators took a save here. Oh, they going to do that right now? Yeah, Predator's going to take a save, which is almost definitely meaning they're going to go and check Zoid. Like I said, they can get out with the boost ball. It's just a challenging trick. Sunwoo's still in Farfen, making this climb. Yeah, you have to swing from this grapple to that grapple point, and then do some interesting jumps to... no, not for this part, but you have to do... You could either use the glider... There is an interesting R jump or L jump you can do here to get across. Well done. Sunwoo gets across to find... Oh my gosh. The plasma beam. What is happening here? Oh no, so now it can check this. For an E-Tank. Okay, if that was another major item, I was going to be like, what? Okay, so just to recap here. Sunwoo found the plasma beam in Phendrana's edge. Has the gravity suit, all beams, but is still looking for... Excuse me. Still looking for bombs. The bombs, we are almost certain... I say almost because I've said certain before and turned out we were wrong. Or I was wrong. Is in Biohazard. biohazard containment in the frigate. We have the gravity suit, but we don't have... well, I mean, we don't have the thermal visor. I think the logic must not expect you to have thermal visor to go through frigate normally. This is just wild. I mean, it's almost impossible to tell who's ahead right now because Predators has the knowledge that boost ball, or not just the knowledge, has the boost ball from the frigate, but then backed out. Now that's the spider ball, and Predators can get out of this room with a well-placed boost. It's possible, but it's definitely not in logic. We know that the Sun Chamber is an artifact, TCA is an artifact, or Training Chamber, sorry, is an artifact. They already got the Ruined Gallery artifact. This is wild. Sunwoo's taking some out-of-logic checks, but getting rewarded with the Plasma Beam and Fendrana's Edge. Predators is just looking for where have they not checked that it could be. So neither of them have the knowledge. Sunwoo is just checking everything they can check. Predators doesn't probably thinks it's in Biohazard, but knows they can't get there without the gravity suit. And so it's just looking for where could the gravity suit be that I have access to. It's not that elevator they're looking at now because you need bombs to get into Farchozo from the Overgrown Cavern elevator. Sunwoo, I thought was going to be taking a detour through the Pirate Labs. We do know that Research Core is an artifact we're going to have to get, and there's nothing stopping Sunwoo from getting it right now. In fact, I would actually say to go and get it, because you don't know when you're going to be... Ooh, falling all the way to the bottom. You don't know when you're going to be back here. Okay, Predators resetting out of Burn Dome. I don't blame them. It's a very tricky way to get out, method of getting out of Burn Dome with the boost ball. You can boost against the wall, and if you do it just right, you have to do it twice though. If you do it just right, you can boost into the wall and the game will hop you up a little bit, and it's just enough to actually get into that tunnel without bombs. But you have to do it twice. The first one's actually more challenging than the second one, so I would, if I was Sunwoo, I'd dip into Research Core here. Just pick up that artifact so you don't have to do it later. Okay, looks like they're gonna do that. You could do all of Labs backwards, can you? Yeah, I don't think you need bombs. You can do all of Labs backwards. You don't have thermal, and the game would expect you to have thermal. But again, if you know where all the things are. I am just... This is such an interesting... Like, at first it was Sunwoo had a pretty healthy lead. Then Predators found Wave Beam first. Now Sunwoo has found Wave Beam. But Morph Ball Bombs is the item that's holding everything up here. So Predators look like they're making their way to Lava Lake. Does not like that artifact is... Or that check is unavailable. Meanwhile, Sunwoo is going to pick up their last artifact and probably is going to use the Fendrana, is going to use the exit to get out of here. The Ice Beam exit. No, he's getting out of here traditionally. Okay, so Sunwoo is going to do Labs backwards. Again, this is very out of logic. So I don't know if they're expecting to find their bombs or just want to get all of these checks done and says, you know, screw it, I'll get bombs somehow. But let me knock these checks out of the way so that I don't have to deal with them. The Metroid getting stuck under the guardrail. That was funny. I think we might be about to see some frustration shots from Predators here. because they are one room away from their gravity suit, which means they have to turn around and get back to Frigate. So this might be a there might be some gravity suit. Yep, there's the frustration. Those are the rapid power beam shots of seriously. So Predator is following the logic, is probably going straight back. Like, I tried this trick for like 10 minutes and then it ended up warping out with my boost ball. Now I got to go back for it. And still rapid firing. Yeah, warping is the easiest way. So Predators is only a few minutes from their bombs here. Ooh, that's an interesting Metroid. That was like a snowball Metroid. It was like whitish, silverish, gray. I like that one. And just a missile up there. Wow. I think it's safe to say now that Predators has the lead. Does not have the spider ball. He's gonna have to route in Burn Dome. He's gonna have to route Burn Dome back in at some point, whenever they're closest to there again, to get the spider ball. So probably when they return to Chozo for training chamber, they'll get that first. Sunwoo knocking this Metroid out, and Philip about to say, well, that was my senior project. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, this is the stuff that can sometimes happen when you break the logic. So the game expects you to enter this room from the front. And there's a pirate down here that after you kill that Metroid breaks the glass so that you can jump back up and then the doors unlock. I think Sunwoo killed the pirate before attacking the Metroid. So now that the Metroid is dead, there is no one to break the glass. Okay, never mind. Okay. Yeah, so the game was confused because you did this room backwards. The glass was broken. There was no one left to break the glass, but it recognized that you jumped through the glass and allowed you back. So, okay, not a soft lock. Or, well, it wouldn't technically be a... Well, if the door locks on both sides of that room, it would be a soft lock. Sunwoo... Yeah, you can only skip this battle if you... You can only skip this battle if you come in from the front. Not checking control tower likely because Sunwoo knows it can't be bombs, and you need bombs to get out of control tower. Because once you roll down, then you need to hop back up, and I don't think there's a boost for that. Nothing in observatory. Well, I mean missiles, but. Because you've already gotten research core, those pirates are not standing up at the top of the room. So Sunwoo gonna take a save warp. AWX fan. Bombs. Oh, I missed it. I was watching Sunwoo's side. Did Predators get them in Biohazard? Someone please tell me. I'm so sorry. I was looking at the other side. Please. I'm sorry. I was looking at Sunwoo's side because they were doing some shenanigans in the labs. It was an E-tank? Where the absolute are bombs? Where? There must be some logic that we're not thinking about. Okay, so if it wasn't Biohazard, is it Hat? No, you need bombs to. I think you need bombs to get into Hat. I can't remember the early layout of Hydro Access Tunnel. I am so confused. And Predator's doing the same thing. Like, I, I, I thought they were here. It's not Arbor Chamber. Right? I mean, Sunwoo can check Arbor Chamber the correct way now because we have the plasma beam, so we don't have to deal with any sort of out of bounds stuff. And looks like Sunwoo's making his way all the way back to Courtyard. No, turning around. Well, if you've broken the logic this far, you might as well go back to Courtyard, Ruined Courtyard, and pick up an item there, make your way into Early Fen. Because Early Fen is now technically available for Sunwoo. Predators just paused the game. This seed shows some violence. Oh, okay. The pause earlier was a bathroom break. My bad. I'm looking at the race time commentary, or the race time chat where they're talking because no, the bombs were here. The bombs just lit up on Sunwoo's screen, of course, while I was in the other window. Seems like every time I'm looking at the window. Bombs were in research lab? Ow, ow, ow. You gotta clear out this room, Sunwoo, yeah. Whoa. Well, if that's the case, the game expected you to do this. There's no other way to get to research, because you can't get into Early Fen. The game expected you to go backwards through labs to get your Morph Ball bombs. I don't know if it's just the tracker is showing. I mean, it looks... as soon as Sunwoo goes into Morph Ball mode, we can be absolutely sure, but yeah... Their bombs are lit up, and Aura Tycoon is saying it, so this is just wild. Oh, they used bombs? Did they use a power bomb? Because they did get a power bomb expansion. But it's lit up on the thing. Sunwoo, can you please go into Morph Ball mode so that we can just confirm, because your tracker's being confusing. Missile expansion. No, they celebrated and dropped 3 bombs. Okay, so they are there. So the game expected us to do all of that? WX fan, they were in research lab. In research lab, I think it's Hydra. In the pirate, in Glacier 1 laboratory. Like, what? Logically, you shouldn't be able to get there. But I guess this game has a different definition of logic. This seed has a different definition of logic. I know! We're all like, wait, what? So you had to go through Magmore Workstation. Yeah. You have to go back. You have to go to Magmore Workstation and get into Phendrana through the Thardus entrance. And then go into research. Okay, so you could have just skipped Thardus, I guess. Rather than do all of Farfen first, but Sunwoo wanted to check everything in Farfen. And was rewarded with the plasma beam. Oh, sorry, I forgot WX fan can't hear me. Research lab. Correct me if it's Hydra, if it's not Ether. I think it's Hydra. I think Hydra's first. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Okay. All right. So now that oh, careful. Actually taking some damage here. All right. So now that we've got our head back on straight, let me try to figure out where we're going from here. So we have all beams, both suits, and that's a missile. Is Predator okay? I don't think anything's wrong. They haven't said anything in the race time chat. It could be another bathroom break, or they're looking up a trick. I'm not sure. So Sunwoo is going to. We're picking up all of these checks that we had to leave behind. So what are we looking for? Like, what do we need to get back on track? Okay, and nothing in Upper Fiery Shores. We have our we have our bombs, power bombs. We need Spider and Boost to get Life Grove. Now, Sunwoo knows that Spider is on Zoid. They haven't been through Frigate yet, so they don't know where Boost is. They are going to be looking for Boost because we typically need Boost to get through Life Grove Tunnel. There's technically a way to avoid it, but it's a really ugly trick that can be very punishing if you get it wrong. Picks up another artifact, and Sunwoo's looking for, okay, where are my artifacts? We know that one is on Sun Chamber. We don't need Boost to get into Sun Chamber. Yeah, so Sunwoo, go Chozo, grab Spider, and go Plant. I think that's the right play, Old Schooler. I think that's the right play because you know an artifact is on Sun Chamber. You can pick that up. While you're there, you can get Spider. You can actually do early Wild. Not willing to roll through the lava here because we're low on health. You can do early Wild because you have the Spider Ball. So if it's not on plants, it's on ghosts. You can get both those checks out of the way. And then the only thing remaining is Training Chamber, which you'll be searching for Boost Ball. And Sunwoo has basically the entirety of mines open and might check that before Frigate. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think that Sunwoo's really was low on health there. Is probably going to pick up a full restore at the landing site. Let me check here. I don't see anything on Predator's side. I don't see anything in the chat. The timer's still going. Could be looking up a trick, could be a bathroom break. I'll just have to I'll keep an eye on it to see if they post anything. Okay, so Sunwoo wants to check Arbor Chamber first. Not a bad idea. You're here. You have to climb up this anyway. Still doesn't have X-ray. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so Predator has X-ray. That's something. Nice. Very, very close there. Good. All right, Sunwoo gets missiles. Yeah, so back to Chozo, pick up Spider Ball from Zoid, take on Plant and Ghosts. I mean, they might be tempted to check Elder Chamber, Hall of the Elders, Crossway, Dynamo. They might be tempted to place. There's a lot of temptation in Chozo because of just density of checks before you go to Frigate, which could give Predator some time to catch back up by heading into Fendrana if they are still playing the game. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on Predator's side. I'll keep you posted. Wow, this was a wild seed. I mean, we're an hour and 20 minutes in. Started off with some really weird item placement, and then the game decided, oh, you thought that was weird? Wait until you see what I got in store for you here. And put bombs in Research Lab Hydra. Okay, so Sunwoo hasn't checked this section yet. Okay, this is another check in early Chozo that they don't want to leave behind. Careful, energy's low. Wants to check lower shrine because we have bombs. That's just a missile. I wonder where Wave Buster is. I mean, the thing is, all of Mines is open. Like, the entirety of Mines, they haven't checked a single thing in. Which means Phazon Suit could very well be in Phazon Mining Tunnel. Which we all love to see. This is crazy. So Sunwoo is going to find that there's an E-Tank in Tower Chamber and a missile on Tower of Light. From Predator's side. And then is going to have to go check the rest of... Yeah, they're going to be using the same method of just, hey, I've got enough missiles, why don't I let the cutscene tell me whether this is worth the aggravation? And they're like, oh, it is not. Yeah, I don't have too much to say right now. I mean, it's just a matter of is Predator still in the race, or is how long is Sunwoo gonna take to check Frigate to get boost ball? After that, we can pick up the rest of our artifacts and be on our way. You have everything you need to fight Exo. You don't technically need either of the other visors to beat the rest of the game. It just makes Metroid Prime's core essence very irritating. Because you have to wait for it to cycle through its invisible phases, or you can find it by standing in the pools and just using audio cues. But yeah, we need Phazon Suit, and that's about it. And we have the hint. We can get the hint on where Phazon Suit is by beating Ridley. So once we get our 6 artifacts, if we still haven't come across it, beat Ridley, head into the Impact Crater, and there's a little pedestal that wasn't there in the original game that you can use to check and it'll tell you the area where the phazon suit is. It won't tell you the exact room. Missile expansion and gallery. It'll tell you the area, and the way things are going right now, it's going to tell us phazon mines, which means we are far from the end of this game. Unless it's in, like, main quarry. Or actually, the closest it could be would be in phazon processing center, because we have power bombs. Wow. I know I keep saying that. This is just a wild seed. I don't have a whole lot to commentate on right now. It's just a matter of Sunwoo checking every possible location. We're going to get Sun Chamber here. We're going to get Zoid here. We're going to get... but we can't get Training Chamber without Boost Ball. So the play here is get Spider Ball on Zoid, do both Plant and Ghosts, and then find Boost Ball, get Training Chamber, and then find Phazon Suit. Fight Ridley to get the hint, find our Phazon Suit, and clear out the game. But this is a long one. For a standard, the logic here was wild. Okay, Sunwoo gonna check Magma Pool with their Power Bomb, Training Chamber access. Can't go into Training Chamber. Sorry about the clicking in the background. If you can hear it, that's the dog. Long nails on hardwood floor. There's X-Ray. And you know that that's an artifact, but Sunwoo knows they can't go through that room with that Boost Ball. Yep. So. Oh, they're looking for Power Bomb ammo. I thought for a second they were about to do infinite speed. I don't think infinite speed is allowed under these rules. There is a way to do infinite speed in that room, but all it really gets you is the item behind the wall. Alright, Sunwoo heading into mid-Chozo. Yeah, I think weekly bans infinite speed. I love it. It's one of the... Oh, yeah, one of the first tricks. I won't say it's the first trick I learned, but it was one of them, just because getting a power bomb so early is really neat. It's also game-breaking. I mean, you're pushing the processing of the game to its absolute limits, and if you make a mistake, it can easily crash, glitch. You have to be very careful about it. It's a really neat trick. If they don't find Boost Ball soon, we can talk about some fun tricks here, because honestly, there's not too much more to say that hasn't been said. I'll check on Predator again. I mean, it still says in progress. No, nothing from them. So, how's everyone doing today? It's not usually what this job entails. Oh, there's also the check back here, behind Burn Dome. Nope, just a missile. That's vanilla. I'm trying to think if I've seen Training Chamber done without Boost Ball. I don't know of a way to do it. I mean, you have to use some weird standables to get up to the. You have to beat some ghosts, and then you have to boost up a half pipe, activate 2 bomb slots, which turn on spider ball tracks. They rotate a pipe that has spider ball track on it, and then you can use the spider ball track to activate another bomb slot, which gives you all of about 3 seconds to get to a morph ball elevator, and then that elevator carries you up into the back of the room, and then you can pick up the artifact, which is hiding behind a grate. Usually it's a energy tank in vanilla. And then you can either back out the way you came, or you can go through a Chozo statue head to get into this maintenance tunnel full of pistons, and that puts you back out right at Main Plaza. All right, Sunwoo's got his spider ball. Doesn't have to do these boosts. Can jump up here. Is probably going to go ahead and do the energy core puzzle. Nope. Yep. It's worth it while you're sitting right here. Bomb the stone toad. Activate these bomb slots. And that'll let you into furnace. Lower furnace is worth a check. Upper furnace. I mean, we have spider. We don't have boost. We don't need boost. There's some weird typically you need boost to get upper furnace. I mean, you don't need to get in there, but once you're inside furnace, the big part of furnace, you typically do need boost ball to get up to the upper furnace item. There are some standables. They're challenging, but not impossible, that you could use to get up there instead. But it looks like Sunwoo wants to check furnace, lower furnace, and then far Chozo. Crossway, Hall of the Elders, Elder Chamber, Antechamber. There's 4 checks here that they don't want to leave behind. None of them are going to be boost ball, but we'll see what we do find. Missile. Probably get a peek on what's in upper furnace. Missile. We'll go in through here. We'll have to beat this Chozo ghost. And being in this room, being in this room spawns Chozo ghosts throughout the rest of Chozo. So you can say goodbye to not having to deal with Chozo ghosts in Arboretum, Ruined Shrine. Not that we'll be back there, but this room. The one that was always interesting to me was that Chozo ghosts appear in, like, the shrine makes sense. It's a shrine. It's a religious site. But why they don't appear in Gathering Hall, but they do appear in the Arboretum? Like, of all the places for the Chozo ghosts to congregate, you'd think the Gathering Hall would be, like, full of them. But no, they decided, let's ignore the room that's literally called the Gathering Hall and instead go hang out by the sick tree. So, don't quite know what that's about, but... Alright, just a missile. We'll go and check Elder Chamber. Oh, Sunru, you can. Oh, okay. I see what's happening here. We want to use this so that we can turn off the force field, because if you activate the Elder Chamber door, like the statue slides forward and the wave beam use is inoperable until you leave the room and reload it. So, yeah, we just all we know is that he's AFK. Mean, there hasn't been any movement. Timer's still going, but there's no indication of what's going on. Nothing in the race time. No chats or anything like that. So, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. All right. Sunwoo is looking for Boost Ball, but would be happy to come across Phazon Suit as well. Oh, you just tuned in? This was a race. I will give you the very quick recap because honestly, I have nothing else to talk about right now until Sunwoo finds his Boost Ball. So we started off with Predators having a little bit of trouble with the alcove jump, or the scan dash. Lost about 7 minutes, was about 7 minutes behind Sunwoo before they finally got it. But they diverged when Predators decided to check more of Magmore and came across Wave Beam. Sunwoo did not have Wave Beam for a while, and Predators decided to check the frigate. And inside the frigate in cargo freight lift was Boost Ball, even though we didn't have Gravity Suit yet. Not Troid. Was Boost Ball. And Predator tried for a while to get up cargo freight lift to biohazard containment because we thought that's where bombs was. We could not find bombs for the longest time. It took absolutely forever. And thought it was in biohazard. Meanwhile, Sunwoo went back to Lava Lake and checked the pillar and found Gravity Suit, but Sunwoo still has not been to the frigate yet, and we need Boost Ball because one of our artifacts is in Life Grove. Predator has been AFK for about, I don't know, how long has it been, guys? 10 minutes? Maybe even longer? While Sunwoo found Gravity Suit and is looking everywhere for Boost Ball. There is an artifact in both Training Chamber and Life Grove. Now, technically, you can technically get in and out of Life Grove without the Boost Ball, but it is a very tricky trick. Sorry, very difficult trick. And I don't know of a way you can get through Training Chamber without the Boost Ball other than a extremely difficult out of bounds that starts in Main Plaza. And you have to work your way through the maintenance pistons and load the room in around you. So Sunwoo checked Great Tree Hall or Great Tree Chamber, did not find anything there. And so it looks like they're going to go through this elevator, which will put them through Overgrown Cavern. We're probably going to take a save here in case there's nothing in... No? Oh, warping to start. Okay, so technically it's faster to warp to start if you want to get to Frigate than wait for that elevator and go through Overgrown Cavern. So also probably wants a health and ammo restock. Wait, Sunwoo, where are you going? You're not going to mines, are you? Where are you going? Okay, I was about to say, I thought you'd done everything in Chozo. Don't take Magmore to mines. Don't take Magmore to mines. Go through... Oh, no, doesn't want to go to Frigate. I'm worried here that they're going to take the Magmor workstation and dive into mines, looking for the boost ball and the Phazon suit. Oh boy. Mm. I'm trying to think if there's any easy item that they skipped here, or whether Sunwoo wants to go all the way. They checked Ice Ruins. They didn't get. Are they going back to early Phendrana? Because they didn't check Chozo Ice Temple. They didn't check. Well, they couldn't get Lighthouse. And they didn't check Ice Ruins East because you need Spider Ball, and they just recently picked that up. Yeah, okay, I think Sunwoo's gonna go check a lot of things in Phendrana before Frigate. Also, we had the gravity suit. We could have checked Hat from Great Tree Chamber. I don't think there's anything stopping us from doing that. Bar skip. My bad. Yeah, we would have had to do bar skip. And bar skip's rough. It's one of those tricks that I can do. It just takes like, you got to give me 10-15 minutes of straight up attempts before it works for me. Yeah, we would have had to do bar skip. And boost also helps with bar skip a little bit, so maybe Sunwoo didn't want to take that on without having boost, because you can get a little bit of height at the very end with bar skip. That would be the only way in. So we're going to have to do Frigate forward then, because boost is in the Frigate. Not sure what Hat is. If Hat is a Phazon suit, that would be insane. Okay, we'll activate this. I think it scanned instantly because they had activated it before, but then couldn't get up. Ah, thermal in the lighthouse. Not going into Chozo Ice Temple. Checking this, that's nothing. We'll scan this real quick so that we can get up to Ice Ruins East. So with thermal being in Lighthouse, the game is now saying go to the Frigate. But I mean, with the benefit of hindsight, like we see what's going on. We've seen what Predator has seen. But you got to remember the racers are under a lot of pressure. The pressure of a race. A lot of static. The pressure of a race, thinking that the other person is probably ahead of you, it's a lot. So I'm not going to give Sunwoo a hard time for not going to Frigate. Frigate is 3 items that are very far out of the way. They require weird items like the gravity suit, stuff that you don't need for anything else. So rarely are they critical. It happens from time to time, especially like today. But it's not the first thing you think of. And there's a high density of checks in Chozo. There's all of this stuff in Phendrana. And then Sunwoo obviously has the entirety of Phazon Mines open to them. My concern is that they're just going to clear mines top to bottom before checking the frigate. And in that case, they will most likely find Phazon suit. There's still a few oddball places it could be that you can't check without the boost ball. But yeah, I'm trying to think of where else it could be that we haven't checked that we can't check without boost ball. It could be in the other item in Life Grove. It could be in Life Grove Tunnel. We're really running out of checks, though. I'm really surprised Sunwoo didn't go and do plant. You don't need boost ball for that. We have everything we need. For the lulz, you could do plant with Wave Buster. Why Flagra is weak to Wave Buster is anyone's guess. But yeah, I'm surprised we didn't go through Sun Chamber, do plant, and do ghosts. Maybe we weren't close to it. Alright, we'll jump in here. Be rewarded with missiles. Dang. Coming up on the 2-hour mark here in about 15 minutes. And depending on when Sunwoo... Oh, getting bullied by these boxes. Sunwoo. Play a bomb. Jump. Okay, nice. When Sunwoo decides to go to Frigate, it's going to kind of determine how long this seed will be. We'll go ahead and check what's in Chapel of the Elders. It is missiles. So that clears out most of Phendrana, and we've already done Farfen. We've already done... the only thing that Sunwoo might want to check is Control Tower. I really hope they're not tempted to check Control Tower for boost. See. Also, there's a check in Ruined Courtyard and Thardis. It looks like it's going to be one of those. There's also Phendrana Canyon, right? Did Sunwoo check Phendrana Canyon? No, that's where they're heading now. I think it could be vanilla. Not a bad assumption. You know, if you're here, check it. But unfortunately, if you come this far, you're very likely to continue in Phendrana rather than check Frigate. The benefit of all of doing these, you know, mass checks of checking everything is that you could be rewarded with the Phazon suit early and not have to hunt it down later. But more and more, I'm thinking that the Phazon suit is somewhere in mines. Has X-ray, has thermal, has grapple beam. Picked up ice spreader, super missile. The flamethrower, for anyone who's curious, is in Frigate Crash Site. It's the underwater item. Sunwoo picked it up, but then got trapped in Farchozo at the elevator and decided to reset. So neither of the runners have it. Ooh, takes a tumble there. Yeah, eventually I think he goes back as the last. I think you're right, Ganondorf. I don't really see. There's a chance that Sunwoo could do it after Vendrana, but if you go from the Thardus elevator, that puts you at Magmor Workstation right next to the Phazon Mines elevator, and at that point, the frigate is so far away, unless you want to warp to start. Like, you can get to the frigate in 2 minutes from a save station. You can get to bombs in, like, I don't know, 3 minutes? Not bombs, I'm sorry. You can get to boost ball in probably 5 minutes from a save station warp to start, but hindsight is 2020. Missiles. I will say the Thardus fight would be an absolute breeze because we have power bombs and we have plasma beam and thermal visor. We don't have main PBs, but one is enough to skip some of the fight. You got to blow the Cordite frame off first. Super missile. There you go. All right, get ready for rock, buddy. Rock the Thardus Johnson. Like I said, this won't be too long. Yeah, the developers made Thardus super weak to the plasma beam, even though you're not supposed to have the plasma beam by the time you fight Thardus. One reason that could have been, it could be an oversight. It could just be oh, he's made of ice, so let's make him weak to the plasma beam. The other thing that you gotta realize is that, unless I'm mistaken, Thardus was originally going to be the boss of Magmor Caverns, but they couldn't find a place to put him. So it could be that originally Thardus was going to be in Magmor Caverns, and you were intended to have the plasma beam when you fight him, and that was like the big bad. Instead, Thardus got moved here, and Magmor Caverns doesn't actually have a big boss. Yay, woo. You like seeing Thardus. I'm usually a fan of final bosses, but hey, Predator's back. I'm usually a fan of final bosses, but at this point, like, we have been here for a while. Okay, so Predators resetting. You see if there's any indication as to what happened. I do not see anything in the chat, in the race time chat. So Predators needs to find. Let's try to reconnect on where Predators was. Sunwoo got a huge boost there. What was that? 20 minutes, something like that. So Sunwoo cleared out Chozo, cleared out Chozo and most of Magmor, and now is clearing out Vendrana, just looking for the boost ball. Predators knows exactly where the boost ball is, but was so confident that Bombs was in Biohazard, and it wasn't. So with Bombs not being in Biohazard, Predators needs to go to Vendrana through Magmore Workstation and do labs backwards to find bombs in Research Lab Hydra, has Gravity Suit and knows exactly where the boost ball is. Depending on how quickly Predators can get to Fendrana and do it, I mean, I won't say the race is completely over just yet, but there are a lot of checks that Sunwoo has done that Predators would want to check for the Phazon suit if they don't get the hint. Okay, I'm trying to remember where Predators was. It feels like a long time ago. So Predators is in Gathering Hall. Doesn't have bombs, so can't get Spider Ball. Has gravity? Doesn't have gravity suit. Maybe with the reset they lost gravity suit. The gravity suit icon just went away. Missile expansion on Thardus. So Predators is going to go. Knows that it's in Lava Lake. Yeah, so Predator's beelining to Lava Lake to pick up that gravity suit. And then after that, they just have to find bombs. And if it's not in Biohazard, then the game's logic is really wacky. And we'll just see how quickly they go to Fendrana through Magmore Workstation. Doesn't have Spider Ball, so we'll have to make the Scan Dash or the R Jump or the underwater slope or under lava slope jump to get through Twinfire's access, which is a really difficult trick. I typically can't get that slope jump in time. Typically, if I have to get through that room without Spider Ball, I jump in the lava and do a double bomb jump, and usually that provides just enough height, but you have to have enough energy for that to get a couple shots at it. So oh, Sunwoo warping. Is this a play for Frigate? The nice thing is, if you get Frigate, like if you go through it the regular way forwards, you get spit out at Great Tree Chamber right where Life Grove is. And then you're also not far from the Chozo elevator. And it looks like Sunwoo is heading to the Frigate. We'll do a quick timer. So it was 1:57:50 or so. So let's see how quickly Sunwoo goes through the Frigate. I said the over-under was probably about 5 minutes. So if Sunwoo gets to the boost ball before 1:50, 1:57:50, 2:02:50. And 59:10. Got to get through reactor core. Yeah, the last two artifacts are not difficult to find. So after getting the boost ball, Sunwoo is probably going to let off a few frustration shots, and then we'll might continue. Yeah, we'll probably continue through I mean, could warp to start, but you know that something you need is in Life Grove, so we'll probably continue through the frigate, get to Life Grove, pick up that item, and then take the Hall of the Elders elevator back to Chozo, run to Training Chamber, pick that up real quick, and then at that point it's how can I get to, or I can take on Ridley, and then how do I get to the Phazon suit based on where it says it is. And it's most likely going to say Phazon Mines. Personally, I'm hoping it doesn't. These racers have been through enough. I think they deserve a minesless race, but and it looks like it's 2 minutes and 39 seconds. So that took 2 minutes and 50 seconds about. Yeah. Predator's taking another pause there. Oh, okay, Predator's had a family situation. It's stated for the record. Yeah, so Predator's had a family situation, so that was what was going on there. Alright, reacquired the gravity suit, and then turning around because we don't have bombs. I'm also low on missiles, so I was probably hoping to farm a few of those from the puffers there. Yeah, the logic for how the game expects you to get the bombs is ridiculous. It looks like Sunwoo is heading, progressing forwards. At this point, if you've gone through Biohazard, there's only one more difficult room to make it through before you can get all the way through. Well, Sunwoo has to get to Life Grove, and if you have to get to Life Grove, you need to go through Frigate anyway because it's right there. And if you're doing that, you might as well pick up Biohazard in case it's Phazon suit. So I think that's what's going on. So we'll probably see Sunwoo pick up Hydro Access Tunnel, and then get the artifact, and then get the Chozo artifact, and probably go for the hint by beating Ridley. Okay, so you do need a bomb. I was unclear on whether you could have checked this without bombs. Oh no, the thing would have pushed you up. The bubbles would have pushed you up. So this could have been bombs. It just would have been very ugly. I didn't see that, but it looked like an E-tank. Is it vanilla? Yeah, E-Tank. Okay. So now Sunwoo is going to go and get their Life Grove artifact, check Life Grove tunnel, and the second Life Grove check just in case it's something useful. The only thing that could really be useful at this point for them is Phazon Suit, and then Training Chamber, pick up the Training Chamber artifact, go fight Ridley, get your hint. If it says mines, get ready to full clear mines. Predator's going ahead to pick up this, since we still have no idea where main power bombs is, Predators is going to go ahead and do this quick puzzle just to pick up a PB expansion and hopefully go into Fendrana to do labs backwards. Research Core is an artifact, and with Research Core being an artifact, it's very you have to go into labs anyway. I hope Predators doesn't just duck in to Research Lab, get the or Research Core, get the artifact, and then leave. That would be the worst thing. Unless they leave to go through Thardis and check it from the front, in which case they'll actually be rewarded a little more quickly. But there's not a whole lot of sense to that. Alright, let's see what Life Grove Tunnel has for us today. The geometry in this room can be really not helpful if you're trying to get to the top. There we go. Oh no! Sunwoo got up to the top but then accidentally boosted. On Life Grove, work with us. There's just so many obstacles that make you lose momentum. Oh no, I did it again. Oh, you got this, Sunwoo. You can do it. This room is disgusting from a boost ball perspective. Because unlike all of the other boost ball ramps, which are nice and smooth, this one has little things that get you trapped and you lose all your momentum. Oh man, it's being really mean today. There we go. Nice. Ah, BB expansion. Not unwelcome. Useful to have more than one. Now we're gonna see if the artifact is here or... No, this is a Metroid. Oh, and Sunwoo didn't have any power bombs. Oh, well, that's okay. There's a seedling in that room that infinitely regenerates and always drops the power bomb, so that way you can't get soft locked. So the artifact must be here. French vanilla, probably. I don't know what this artifact was originally. It might be true vanilla, but I don't think so. Alright. Picked up the artifact, and it looks like Predators is fighting Thardis. If it's not here, Predator's thinking, oh, and can't use the bomb trick to... Actually, can't use many tricks at all. Yeah, this is going to be challenging for Predators because Predators doesn't have the thermal visor, so can't lock on. Doesn't have the plasma beam, so can't do the extra bonus damage. Doesn't have the power bomb, or doesn't have the morph ball bombs, so can't skip the the thermal visor sections. Usually when Thardus is rolling towards you, you can skip the section. I think it's the leg. Predators, I think it's the leg. The right leg. Usually when Thardus is rolling towards you, you can skip or blast the rock layer off with a few regular bombs. I'm pretty sure it's the leg next. And does have a power bomb. Probably wants to use that at the end. Yeah, Predators is likely checking the order. I could be wrong, but I thought the next one was the leg. It could also be one of the big head rocks. Alright, Sunwoo heading back to Training Chamber to pick up the last artifact, and then we'll likely be off to fight Ridley. Oh, Predator stopped the timer. Ah, okay. Predators has officially forfeited the race. Doesn't have enough time to finish out the race with this, I'll just mark that on our... Mark that on this. GG's. And likely be continuing at least to see where the Phazon suit is. This is exceptionally long for a standard race, I will say. Usually standard races, 1.5 to 2 hours. I've seen some at like 1:15 minutes even, because there's only 6 artifacts to find, but the logic here was just so disgusting. Oh, Sunwoo didn't do Sun Chamber. So Sunwoo has to check Sun Chamber first and see whether it's plant or ghosts before heading to Training Chamber. I mean, you could do it in either way, but the Training Chamber puts you out right at Main Plaza, and then you can take the elevator to Talon. Or work to start through the Ruined Nursery, but I think it's faster to just take the elevator. Oh, actually, I don't know. That's an interesting case study. Alright, we'll get our 4th runic symbol here. Take your time, cutscene. Samus is just getting attacked by ghosts. Alright, anyone want to take a guess? Is it ghosts or is it plant? And what is the other item? The one that's not the artifact. I've been running through the seed on the side. I could tell you, LMAO. Really, Penelope? You're playing along. I'm guessing the LMAO is a indication that it's not for the plot. You had to know. I don't blame you. I mean, WX Fan had the other stream that had to get to. I honestly don't have a ton of time, but I'm really hoping to finish this out. Like I said, this is just the slowest standard seed ever. Our Tycoon says ghosts to be rude. You know, very well could be. Oh no, rip Predator. Yeah, Predator had to leave. Doesn't have enough time to finish this one. And it makes sense. I mean, this is... No one would have expected the seed to be going 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we still only have 4 artifacts. and no idea where Phazon Suit is. Alright, one more jump here. Ooh. Gets blocked by the leaf. Have to try that again. Nice. Gets lodged right there. Well, our Tycoon... I think that's Railroad Tycoon. Railroad Tycoon 2, sorry. You get the prize. Brownie points for you. Vanilla, you already had the prize because you knew which one it was. Alright, don't fall here. Although it wouldn't be too difficult to get back up. We have supers. Alright, we will reload the room on its ghost form. There are the ghosts. And so the artifact will be sitting on top of the plant, and then we can go to pick up our 6th artifact. I almost hoped it was Phazon. Me too. I would have been like, you know, that's rewarding after everything these guys have been through. We do have supers. We do have X-ray visor. It definitely makes this fight a little easier. Alright, we'll go ahead and pick that up. Nice, get some ammo there. When you don't have main PBs, the game can be really rude about giving you power bomb ammunition. I've seen people have to backtrack 10, 20 rooms just to find a single PB. It sometimes can decide the race. It's been pretty okay here, despite Sunwoo only having 1 power bomb the whole time, and Predator 2 only having 1 power bomb for most of the time. Picking up that second one was just a little bit of safety, and the game seems to be providing us drops, which is nice. Alright. Like, we just beat these ghosts, so we're not gonna fight them again. Zip on through here to Ruined Fountain. I'm guessing that will be 6 artifacts at 220. And if anyone wants to do an over-under on that. Sorry, trying to keep it interesting. Because we've had a lot of knowledge about what's going on, and also because there's only 1 runner right now. And Training Chamber is so often nothing that it's actually kind of interesting that it gets a little bit of love, but like in a seed like this, there is no love. Alright, we'll skip that. Boost up here. These boosts being a little better than the Life Grove. Alright, that allows you to exit the room. And this allows you to... Oh, okay, so one of them allows you to exit, the other one starts that 5-second timer. We'll run in through here real quick. Grab that 6th artifact at 2:18:58. So I have been overestimating the amount of time it takes these runners to do these. Alright, and now we're going to leave through the maintenance tunnel, piston works, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember the name of this room. I hardly ever went through here. Ow! Samus getting crushed by a piston there. That did not feel good. And I think we're taking the main plaza elevator straight over to Meta Ridley. So I'm guessing we're going to see Sunwoo enter the Meta Ridley fight at 221. Okay, actually that's probably 222. I didn't see it was almost 220. And we do have the boost ball, so that helps with the Meta Ridley fight a little bit. For anyone who doesn't know, the boost ball, the developers did not make Ridley immune to the boost ball. So Ridley's feet and chest plate area are actually vulnerable to the boost ball, and because of the way the boost ball functions, when it does damage, it does about 50,000 damage per frame. So by waiting until Ridley lands and boosting into his feet or between his claws to his chest area, you can instantly knock him. I mean, it would kill him instantly. If the health bar wasn't programmed a certain way, it would instantly take away all his health. But because there's the second phase of the fight where Ridley lands and his wings burn off, it automatically stops any damage. Any damage beyond putting him down to a quarter of his health bar. So regardless of how much health Ridley has, if you wait for him to land and boost into his feet, his health bar will instantly drop to a quarter, stop there, and that starts the ground phase of the fight. And then Ridley can be really nice and just open his mouth and allow you to stun lock him. Or he can decide to do a bunch of the charges. Now, Ridley is vulnerable to getting the yellow stun shot on his mouth when he's about to charge. There's a second where he opens his mouth right before he charges, but you can't lock on to him. You have to manually aim the shot, and some runners prefer to do that. It can be very challenging because if you miss and you don't have a whole lot of E-tanks, Ridley boosts into you and does a ton of damage. There's not enough time to really get the shot off accurately and also get out of the way. So you can see Sunwoo charging up a boost and is going to wait until Ridley lands. That was the land, most likely. No, that was the bomb. That was the second bomb. Okay, so now Ridley's coming in for the landing. And we're going to boost right here. And there we go. First fight over, or first phase of the fight over. So now sometimes Ridley will open his mouth like that, and we can get a couple shots in. Sometimes Ridley will... Yeah, okay, so this is a very agreeable Ridley. Continuing to be a very agreeable Ridley. Okay, and now it shoots. Yeah, if you stay locked on, you actually won't be... It won't... You can't aim it. You have to manually aim to get these shots. Okay, 3 boosts. Let's see if Ridley continues to be nice. Nice. Ah, darn it. Also, yeah, these charges are faster. Sunwoo doing a good job of dodging them, though. The other thing is if you stun Ridley at the first, I think it might be the first few frames that he opens his mouth, there's a glitch where he becomes invincible and you actually can't do damage to his chest plate. Haven't seen that happen yet. There we go. Ridley defeated at almost exactly 224. Heading into the impact crater, and we are about to see where the Phazon suit is. If it says Phazon Mines, buckle in. If it doesn't, there's very few other locations in the other areas it could be. Phazon Mines. Alright. There's about 20, 25 locations it could be. There is nothing locking us. We can go and get every check except for Phazon Mining Tunnel. And it can't be Phazon Mining Tunnel because you need the Phazon suit to get through Phazon Mining Tunnel. So, fastest way to Phazon Mines, I'm guessing it's going to be Magmore? Magmore Workstation to Phazon Processing Center. And then it's just, do you want to do the upper loop first or the lower loop first? Yeah, okay. So Sunwoo is going to take Magmore to Workstation, take the Phazon Processing Center elevator. So we've got Processing Center, and then we can actually take a quick dip in the Phazon. We have so many energy tanks, it's not an issue. We could take a quick dip in the Phazon to check if it's PCA, which is the Processing Center access, and that room you can only get to after doing Omega Pirate. So if it is, then that makes our decision very easy. We can just do the lower loop real quick and be done with it. If it's not in PCA and it's not in Processing Center itself, then we have no idea whether to do the upper loop first or the lower loop first. So the upper loop would be take the elevator up and go back to main quarry and work your way through elite research or processing, mine security access, storage depot A, all that stuff. And then the other, giving a little trouble here. Nice, well done. And if it's not in the upper, the lower loop would be to, rather than go back up the spider ball room, you'd go past the ice pirates towards Omega Research, Fungal Hall, Metroid Quarantine A and B, all of those rooms. Surprised, the logic just says scrap it, tank all that Phazon damage. I think it's possible. I think if you have all energy tanks and both suits, I think you can actually get to it, to the item, but that would require getting enough energy tanks to do that. We do have both the other suits, and suit damage reduction is progressive, but honestly, at that point, I'm just calling it. At that point, that's ridiculous. I really don't think that's going to happen. Because that would be the game saying, we know it's not possible for you to do this standard. You have to go and find every energy tank in the game and just be the fastest thing alive. It's possible, but logically it shouldn't be. So, if anyone wants to take bets, Vanillable, I know you're probably just laughing right now. I'm assuming you know where the Phazon suit is? Or you know, you haven't found the Phazon suit yet. Okay, interesting. I mean, I know it's not officially in the race time, but you're basically racing Sunwoo at this point. Not officially, but you know. All right, so there's a check to do down here. Sunwoo does not have enough power bombs. Oh, there's a power bomb. Okay, it picks up a power bomb, so we can check down here to see if that's it. I could not see what it was. That looks like a missile. I think it's a missile. It's doing that dancing thing. Yeah. That's a missile. Is Sunwoo going to check Processing Center access? It looks like it. Just to know. You're not supposed to be able to go down here. Oh, not checking. Okay. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea just to check it. Only takes a few seconds, but it does do some damage, and it's only a single check, then you still have to climb the room. So if you fell close to the door, it might be worth it. But yeah. I'll go with the Elite with the artifact and vanilla. Okay, so you think it's on the Phazon Elite? Which would be cool. Vanilla, it's on a Mega Pirate. This would be one downgrade below that. They're like, a Mega Pirate? No, we're going to give it to your younger cousin. I'm going to say Boombox. I like it when an important item is on Boombox. I think that's elite research access. There's a box you can detonate with a missile and it causes a chain reaction that kills a bunch of pirates. Usually it's just a missile, but... Alright, we have 2 power bombs, so no issue here. Let us know when you find it, Vanillable. Curious. And so now here's where Sunwoo has to make the choice. Do I, after I defeat this pirate, do I go back through the upper mines section, or do I circle through lower mines? This is an upper mines play. Okay. I don't know actually which loop has more checks. Oh, this is Boombox. I forgot that it was right here. Dang it. Okay, well, I was wrong. Alright, so my backup guess, let's go with Storage Depot A. Turning around. Yeah, Sunwoo's pausing, trying to think, do I want to do upper mines or lower mines first? Or do you not have enough of something? Are you missing something? Or did Sunwoo just want to clear out the ice troopers so that all that they had to deal with was shadow pirates? I mean, with this kind of arsenal and the amount of health we have, there's no reason not to. I mean, there's no reason to be worried about ice pirates, but... Okay, so Sunwoo changing their mind and deciding I'm going to do the lower loop first. So that's going to be Ventilation Shaft, Central Dynamo, Metroid Quarantine A, Fungal Hall Access, Fungal Hall B, Metroid Quarantine B, Elite Quarters, PCA? I think that's everything. It was not in Vent Shaft. Hey, pirates. We're just gonna... Yeah, we're just, if you'd be so kind as to allow us to leave, that'd be great. We have the plasma beam, so we gotta fight this guy. But we got enough missiles. Health-wise, actually not doing so hot. We're at 3 out of 8. 3 out of 9. 3 out of 9 E-tanks. We have the... What is that? Oh my gosh, wow. Main power bombs in Central Dynamo, perfectly vanilla. Yep, you can see Sunwoo shaking his head. Nope, that's not it. That's not what I want. You have the, okay. I was gonna say, you have the X-ray visor, Sunwoo. You can just lock onto it, but... Let's see what kind of maze we get. Down to 2 E-tanks. Gotta be careful here. Ugh, this is an awful maze. Oh, it's a terrible maze. Yikes, I haven't seen a maze that bad in a long time. Alright, so there's main power bombs. I would recommend yeah, I was about to say, oh, wait. Yeah, okay, I was about to say, top off your energy. That's a lot of damage you've taken. And the last save was a long time ago. Well, last save was at the ship, I think. Okay, so it wasn't Boombox. Storage Depot A is an upper loop, so In lower loop, it could be, let's see. Up next is MQB. We can check that for the artifact. We just destroyed the central dynamo, so this... See, this is where all the power should shut off. The point of the game where you have the thermal visor and you have to re-energize panels should be here, where you actually destroyed the central dynamo, not after collecting the item in research core. Ow. Oh, you got it, Vanillable. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who's still interested, or anyone who's still interested in letting Sunwoo play it out for themselves, but I'm curious whether it's upper loop or lower loop. Don't say anything. I don't want to spoil it, but we could be very close or we could be miles away. I can't be sure who all is watching, and some people might not want it spoiled, so... But we will be discussing it at length when Sunwoo finds it, don't worry. Are you going to finish out the game, Vanillable? Just curious. I'll just save it the ship and call it there. Yeah, exactly. What is this seed? Oh, wait, did... No, that's a missile. I was like, did Sunwoo see it? No, that's just a missile. It's still going, yes, and we still have no idea where the Phazon suit is other than it's in Phazon Mines. That was our hint. Oh, maybe WX Fan can hear me at this point. Is your other race over, WX Fan? You're welcome to jump back in if you want. If your other race is over, I wouldn't be surprised if this race goes on for as long as an entire other race. Okay, another E-Tank. So we are only 4 E-Tanks from completion. Like from a complete energy bar. Alright. Hunter Metroids, get out of the way. Alright, this is the one room we know it shouldn't be. Sunwoo gonna check it. You can technically see if you're looking. You can look in and kind of see what room it's in, or whether what item is in there. You can glimpse it, but there's really no way it should be there. Alright, now we're entering the fungal halls. Jump along the bottom here, see if we see it at the end. Make sure these Metroids don't get in the way. And that is... Ah, the Wave Buster. Okay, nice to have. You're all out of power bombs, but again, the game being very nice. Now that you have power bombs, the game's also a little more likely to give you drops. So... We have a total of 6 available, and the game seems to be being nice. We're trying, WX Fan. We've been having fun for quite a while now. I assume the racers and some of us may be getting slightly tired. But no, I'm sticking with it. If it's last location, that'll be close to a 3, maybe 3.5 hour seed. This was ridiculous. This is like the kind of thing you find in an alternate where the logic just makes no sense, or a hard where it starts you out with a ridiculous item and weird starting location where you have to do some crazy stuff to get out. It's been a Schadenfreude spectacular. I'm sorry, I don't speak German. More than the few lessons I did on Duolingo. Not a sponsor. Missile. So now we go to OP. Yeah, and I don't know if Sunwoo is going to be up for an interview after the race. If not, I do not blame him. If so, we can curse this seed. All right, so common term for enjoying a train wreck, essentially. Thank you. I was like, I could probably piece it together if I knew what either parts of that word were, but I do not. All right, we'll see if we can. Nice. We'll see if we can one phase this, or it's possible to destroy the Omega Pirate with only one round of its invisibility and stuff, but it's very challenging. So the thing you got to remember about this fight, you defeat the 4 things, you blow up the 4 like phazon deposits, and then the Omega Pirate calls for some help from some phazon troopers, or some pirate troopers. Looks like we got power troopers, the worst kind. And then it will vanish and it will appear at one of these 3 phazon pools. It's not possible to tell exactly which one it'll appear at first. The thing you can note is that it will never appear in the same pool twice, and it will never appear at a pool that Samus is close to. So if you stand near one pool, then you can guarantee which one it's going to be at, because it'll never appear at the same one twice, and it'll never appear at the one you're standing right next to. So you can kind of triangulate its position. So we called for more troopers. So we could have done it there, but the troopers were being really mean and deciding to hurt us. Yeah. Oh, you can guarantee where he'll be even at the first phase. Is it that he doesn't use the first pool? How can you guarantee the first phase? I thought you could just guarantee the second and onward. So he'll still never appear at the one that you're standing right next to, but I thought it was random between the other 2. Put your hand down. Thank you. If you stand next to 2. Oh. Oh, interesting. So if you stand by the 2, like equidistant from the 2 at the back, then he'll always appear at the one further away. Okay, cool. If you stand in between the 2 perpendicular to the length of the room. Okay, cool. Thank you, Vanillable. I did not know that. Alright, yeah, 1 phazon, or I keep saying phazon, 1 plasma beam shot here should be enough to finish this out. We'll just knock away these troopers real quick so that they don't get on our nerves and break our lock on. And then we should be able to... Boom. Are you kidding me? It was vanilla? It was vanilla? Yeah, I'm sure you are laughing your butt off right now, Vanilla Bull. It was vanilla. Where are you going? No. Sunwoo, turn around. Sunwoo, turn around, go to the save station, and warp to start. What are you doing? Whatever. I, Vanillable, got the vanilla treatment. Yeah, yeah, you did. Yeah, there you go. I was like, what are you doing? Go back to the save station, warp to start. Wow. Okay, well at least we didn't last location it. Um, I should have gone one rank up. Oh man. Okay. So it was vanilla Phazon suit. Wow. Yeah, wow is right, Ganondorf. Almost always a late mine. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense given what's available and the fact that you have most of your stuff, but still, is it going to be under 15 minutes? I mean, is it going to be under 3 hours? 15 minutes left? I don't know. I don't assume that Sunwoo is going to do exoskip. Also, they are aware that they're not racing anyone right now, so can take their time and enjoy the last 15 minutes of these 3-hour standard weekly seed. I've never seen a Rooter Metroid Prime seed. I've watched probably 90% of all races. I didn't start commentating until I think last year. But I watched almost every race in the tournament because when I found Metroid Prime Randomizer, I was like, this is my favorite game. I've speedrun this game. I've low percented this game. I've, kind of know the whole game by heart. I took a break in there at some point, but Rando is just another cool way to experience Metroid Prime. So I watched all of them like back to back. I'd fall asleep just with them on in the background, and then I started commentating, and in everything that I've seen, this is probably in the top, I'll say top 5. There's some really disgusting stuff out there in terms of seeds not cooperating with the players, but I'll say this is probably top 5. I'm inclined to say top 3 rudest seeds. In terms of weekly, in terms of standard, it's definitely top 3 most ridiculous seeds. All right, so we're gonna jump up here, say hi to Jack and Jill, these two fission Metroids. We have 105 missiles because we didn't have to fight Ridley again, so we don't need to stock up on missiles here. We'll just wait for them both to get too close. Bomb them before Jack and Jill respawn. We'll jump up to the top of the room. It's been an honor to witness it. It very much has been. Anyone who's been here since the beginning, or even if you haven't been here since the beginning, if you just jumped in halfway, this has been quite the experience. You earned a cookie. Or brownie, or something you have. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying, Blue Kestrel. 3-hour seed. Yeah, there have been some instances where, like I was saying before, like a hard seed or an alternate seed starts you with one energy tank in a room full of pirates and no good weapons. Or especially the seeds where each energy tank only gives you 25 energy. Those can be really awful just to get started. Once you start finding energy tanks, it's fine, but I've seen, 20-minute starts where you couldn't get out of the first 2 rooms because it was just really crazy. But in terms of a standard weekly, this is unprecedented. Yep, we're gonna chip away at Prime's exoskeleton here. Almost has to be a worst possible placement for backtracking. So the issue was bombs. We couldn't find our morph ball bombs for forever, and the game expected you to go. It gave us various suit really early. We were expected to go to Magmore, mid Magmore. Couldn't go to front Magmore because we didn't have bombs to get to mid Magmore. and go through Twin Fires all the way to Magmore Workstation, take the Fendrana elevator to Far Fendrana, and then go backwards through the Pirate Labs to find our standard Morph Ball bombs in Research Lab Hydra. And then after having that, we could get our gravity suit from Lava Lake and go through the frigate to find our boost ball in Cargo Freight Lift. And then Spider Ball on Zoid to get our artifacts that were scattered all over the place. The reason that we needed the boost ball was we had a artifact in Training Chamber and an artifact in Life Grove. So Sunwoo and Predator started out. Sunwoo had a bit of a lead because Predator was having some trouble with the scan dash to get Alcove, which turned out to be Ice Beam right off the bat. And then Predator kind of took a little bit of an interesting routing, and followed the logic for the most part, which gave them a bit of a lead there, where they found Wave Beam first in Triclops Pit, and then found Boost Ball in the frigate, but couldn't get out because didn't have Gravity Suit. And then Predator had a family situation come up and had to pause for a long time, and Sunwoo basically full cleared the rest of the game looking for Boost Ball, didn't come into Phazon Mines until after, but yeah, so that's what that was. Top it all off, we had both main PBs and Phazon Vanilla. Yeah. So, using the Wave Buster in there and the Ice Spreader there, drains our missiles a little bit, but it was, Blue Kestrel. Erg is right. It was disgusting. And I think we're on our final 10 missiles here. Oh, and it got dodged. Yikes. We are out of missiles now, so we'll need to pick up some up here from the Floating Orbs of Doom. And Metroid Prime is coded to give more of these floating orbs because we have almost no missiles. I mean, you never think you're going to need 105 missiles to get through a standard weekly. Yeah, exactly. It was pretty much the worst possible backtracking. It's also, Sunwoo could have dove into mines and tried to full clear mines without the boost ball. And checked it. So it could have taken even longer, but then probably would have come across Phazon Suit, and wouldn't have had to do Ridley and then go back for it. But again, this was one of the worst backtracking situations I've seen. Let's see if anything has been said in the race room. Nope. $253.12. I'm really curious if it's gonna hit the 3-hour mark. Unlikely, because Metroid Prime is so well. If it just keeps charging, the Essence fight. Essence fight can vary. It just depends. There we go. Oh, you got to be careful of these orbs. They stick around even in the cutscene unless that's been changed in Randomania. Entering the Essence fight at 253.52. Yeah. So the trick about this fight, first of all, it destroys all of these things and gives you some health and some missiles back. The trick about this fight is Metroid Prime makes these pools you stand in, and you can activate Hyper Mode and attack it with the Phazon Beam. Yeah, this one. And then it cycles through spectrums. It'll go through thermal, and then it'll go through X-ray and then thermal and then combat visor. You can only see it in one of them. And what you're seeing Sunwoo do here is called pool canceling. So if you stand in the pool, start shooting, and then step out of the pool, it won't drain enough of the pool for it to actually register that you've shot at all. So you can get a lot more use out of the pool than you typically could. And it has the backup effect of canceling some of Metroid Prime's attacks so that it won't do quite as many before it generates the next pool. Sometimes it'll go pool, 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 and just, not do any of its shockwave attacks. So we'll go ahead and do some pool cancels here so we can get, sometimes I think the minimum is you can defeat Metroid Prime Core Essence in 3 pools. 4 is more common. And I think if you're doing it like the traditional way, it's 5 or 6. Three pools is fast, yeah. That's the minimum. Wow, what a seed. And some got pool skip. Yeah, it was taking Prime a longer time than usual to create another pool. Lay a power bomb to take care of the Metroids. It goes standard Metroids, then Hunter Metroids, then Vision Metroids. Not bothering doing pools cancels here. We're just gonna drain the pool, and one more pool will do it. So that'll be 4. I'm curious, Vanillable, did you go through the upper loop of mines before getting to Phazon Suit, or did you do a Mega Pirate kind of right away? Okay. One more pool. There it is. These are the Fission Metroids. We've got plenty of power bombs. We'll drop those. And get ready to stop the timer. And 2:57:09. That might be a couple seconds behind, but we will get that mark. GG's indeed. We're gonna see if Sunwoo is interested in hopping in to talk about this race, but GG's to Sunwoo.
Hello.
You sound a little tired.
That was a lot.
GG's, what a seed.
That was very fun, though. I'm glad I made it through.
Well, you had us reeling here in the commentator booth. WX fan here was here at the beginning and had to jump for another race, so I finished it out. But that was
nice.
Quite a standard weekly setup. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. The logic expected you to get the gravity suit and go backwards through Hydra to get your bombs before going to the frigate for boost ball. What?
Right. Yeah, that was insane.
We almost fully cleared the
shocked to see
tracker. I don't
bombs.
think there was anything that really was missed other than flamethrower, which you had at some point, but
Yeah.
warp to start, and again wasn't an issue there. It started out, you had about a 7-minute lead. It took Predator some time to get the alcove scan dash,
Okay.
but then Predators went to Magmore and went to Triclops Fit first and found the wave beam. So then we were like, oh, are they kind of tied, a little even? But you weren't far behind in finding the wave beam. Predator spent some time in cargo freight lift trying to get out without the gravity suit because found the boost ball and was reluctant to leave. but shortly after had that family situation come up.
Right. Oh yeah. That's a good play then.
It was wild. We
I
had
was
a
thinking
good
about
number of people
going
in the
there.
chat. I think you were racing a couple of the people in the chat who were just as baffled as everyone and wanted to find out what was where. And then
Right.
phase on vanilla.
Yeah. I was like, it's gonna be lower as soon as I check the other one or that one item in the in between
Boombox.
section. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I was thinking it might be. Oh, well, we just took random guesses here in chat. We had Storage Depot A, we had Boombox, we had a couple other things. But after Boombox, you turned around to do Lower Mines, and it turns out that was the play.
yeah, that's
Like it could be
awesome.
anywhere in Mines except for PMT.
Right. That's why I didn't even look at that item. It's like I usually peek it. I was like, nope, it can't be the thing. So
It's
I'm
not the
going.
thing.
Yep.
And there's very few other things it could have been. In all likelihood, it was a missile. But we had what 10 out of 14 E-tanks. A couple people were in the chat were saying, you know what, with all the logic, how the logic's been, the game expects you to get 14 E-tanks and just damage roll PMT. Because I think it's possible if you have boost ball and all E-tanks and progressive suit damage.
That
But
would
that
be
would be
crazy.
ridiculous, yeah. Storage
Yeah, that's
cavern, grapple
crazy.
beam, thermal visor. I'm looking at the thing, but again, we found basically everything.
Yeah.
Um,
Flamethrower was maybe by frigate. Was it the
Frigate
one
Crash
item?
Site, it was the underwater
Yeah.
one, yeah. I think one of you picked it up, and then after Overgrown Cavern, save warped.
Yep.
So the seed was validated for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I kept thinking that I could get to the other side of Chozo, and then I was like, oh, I
I
need bombs
always
for that.
confuse those elevators. I was saying the same thing, like, oh, this is interesting. We'll be able to check Elder Chambers. Oh, it's the wrong elevator. It's the one that makes you bomb jump.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, missing the one item after I did get bombs. And then, like, I fell down, I don't know, the room before Thardus all the way. And I was like, oh, I can't check this item now.
Oh, the
This is
frozen
so
pike.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, I
because you
hope
did
that's not boost.
Farfen. You did Farfen first, before going through the labs, and were rewarded with the plasma beam at Fendrana's
Yes.
edge. And then you might as well do so after Predators was out, and you were still looking for the boost ball. You know, we had seen on Predator's screen that it was in the cargo freight lift. So we're like, are you going to go back to Control Tower or fully clear Chozo? I mean, the seed was being so punishing.
Oh, I did miss a couple things in Chozo, I think. Or maybe not. Oh,
Well,
yeah, no, the
you
Dynamo.
checked just about
check.
everything. I mean, you didn't collect everything, but you checked. I think you
Yeah.
checked them all. The artifact was on the ghost, not plant.
Right.
And I think we all thought that we had so many thoughts about where bombs were. We were like, it's either in Tower of Light, Tower Chamber, maybe it's going to be there. And then once you guys had checked everything, we're like, okay, it's biohazard containment. It's got to be. There's nowhere else it could be. And then biohazard was an E-tank. We're like, well, now we're just confused. Where is it?
Yeah. I was like, as soon as I was doing the the droid fight, yeah, the droid. I was like, oh, it's just gonna be vanilla bombs.
It's
This will
vanilla,
be so
isn't it?
fine.
And then it's Spider, and you can't get out because you didn't have boost
Yeah.
or bombs.
And I was just like, oh no, this is so bad. We have
Predators
to do
checked
this
it
fight
first
again.
and thought it was, and got the spider ball, and then paused for a minute and were like, they may be looking up how to get out with boost ball. But that's just a really
Oh.
difficult trick. Most
Oh
people
yeah,
save
that
warp out because of the save point in Gathering Hall, but yeah.
I could. No, that's cool. I did not know there's a boost ball trick for that.
Yeah, you have to do it twice because there's the 2 drops, but you can boost into the wall if you do it, time it just right. It like pops you up a little bit enough to get into the tunnel. But that's definitely not a beginner trick. But you
Nice.
guys had some fast movement, some really, really well done tricks. Overall, great job on the difficulty of some of those fast move
Yeah,
scenarios.
I appreciate it. It definitely felt a little better than yesterday, doing some movement stuff. Still a lot to work on. There's so much to work on.
There's a lot of um you got the getting through the Twin Fires access without Spider Ball is usually a trip that stumbles a lot of players, myself included. But no, you had the under lava slope jump down pretty good.
Oh yes,
So
yeah. That
overall,
that
great
one.
job. Yeah, I'll turn it over to you for anything else you want to say. I've been talking for 3 hours.
Oh, you're good. Thank you for comms. Thank you again, Predators, for racing. Sorry about the family issues and stuff. That was a nasty seed, but really fun. I find some of the some of the ones like that can just have a nice tone to it. At least it had a nice E the whole time. I
That's
wasn't
true.
too um, worried about dying. Few
Yeah, there were
spots,
only a
but
couple times where the energy low thing was flashing.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, anything
Yeah.
else you want to add?
Um, no, I think that's about it. Thank you guys again. Thank you for comms, and thanks for WX for comms as well, and tracking. And looking forward to doing more of these for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks again to WX for joining in for part of that. Thank you to the runners and for our technical staff on Speed Gaming and Discord for helping get everything set up over here on Twitch. Thank you all for watching. We had a really active stream chat this time, um, and so yeah. Without further ado, thanks everyone for joining in, and we'll see you on the next mission. Have a great rest of your day.